Hi guys, it's Mike and Linda, and we're back for season 2.
Hey, happy anniversary. It's been 1 year since we left the Bay of Biscay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
TMG have asked us to do a follow-up on last year, and they've given us a few questions they'd like us to speak to. We're in Greece now and maybe 50 nautical miles from Athens, but it's been one hell of a trip. So let's go down the back of the boat and we'll have a little bit of a chat and tell you about the last 12 months and what we loved and how amazing it's been.
So we left Les Jabulani and we sailed across the Bay of Biscay, and we had a weather window. First overnight watch. In order to get through the Bay of Biscay without having to stay there for an extra week, we went across and then we landed in a beautiful small little fishing village called Camarinas, and they were having a fantastic festival.
It was the Festival of the Sardines, and it was just incredible. We arrived at about midnight.
Yes.
And the festival just kicked off, so we were really tired from the Bay of Biscay, and all of a sudden music had started playing on shore at incredible volume. Just a concert started to happen.
It was great.
And the next morning we've gone to check in, and the Capitano.
Yeah, he invited us to the Sardine Festival, and they were so welcoming and so friendly, and it was incredible. So from there we sailed down the coast of Spain and Portugal in the Atlantic Ocean, which was an amazing experience.
It really was. It was just, it was so beautiful, such an achievement. We were on our way to the Mediterranean, and wow.
Yeah, we sailed through Nazaré, where they have the 100-foot waves. They didn't have any when we were there, but thankfully, so that was good.
I think anyone who picks up their boat in Europe is going to have to do this across the Biscay, down the Atlantic, because we're all heading for the Mediterranean. You're picking up a boat in Europe because you want to be in the Mediterranean. That was for us, and I think it's for a lot of people.
Yeah. So from there, we made it into the Med. We went through Gibraltar, cargo ship city, which was scary because you're looking at the radar and you're looking at all the IIS, and there's cargo ships everywhere, cruise ships everywhere, but you navigate it all, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, it was actually beautiful to do it on radar. We had a big, thick fog that morning, and to learn some of the tools and the safety aspects of the boat that are there for us, and it was really cool.
Yay!
We did a little
land travel.
Little land travel. We shot over to Morocco, and
I tried to forget that. I got caught.
It was a fantastic thing to be able to say, you know what? We can choose to go to places, we can stop, we can slow down, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
It's a great thing about picking up your boat in the Med to say, we've got some time, let's go and visit some other places that you can't necessarily go to on a boat.
Yeah. So from there, we went to Cartagena, and really great. Mike decided he would book the marina for us.
I need to explain, there are 2 Cartagenas in the world. One is in Colombia and one is in Spain. So we're approaching the marina. Hello Cartagena. Oh, we have no booking. And then I realized I'd booked Cartagena in Colombia. Anyway,
that was all good. And from there we crossed over to the Balearics, which was amazing. We went to Ibiza, Mallorca, Menorca.
First swim off the back of the boat.
And then we did an overnight sail with the kids.
Yeah.
And that was incredible.
By the way, the kids do not like sailing overnight, but we loved it.
They were like, what's going to happen? But they all lived to tell the tale, and they were so thrilled to be a part of that experience. Yeah. So we sailed from Menorca to Sardinia, from Sardinia to Sicily, and then again we had some problems with the weather.
Yep.
So we ran out of Schengen time, and we hired Halcyon Yachts again, to assist with taking the boat out of Schengen. So they took the boat to Albania and we went to London. We actually ended up in London the weekend of the Queen's funeral. And yeah, it was really great to be able to be a part of that.
The Schengen Shuffle, maybe we'll do another speak about it, but it's something everyone needs to understand when you're picking up a boat in Europe. We've navigated our way through it, and another time we'll talk about it. No, balancing Schengen is also, I don't know, part of the fun in a way. It's at times frustrating, but
that's why we call it the Schengen Shuffle.
It's also part of the game.
So from there, we then flew back to Albania and took the boat up from Sarande, where we met an incredible person at a restaurant who actually lived in Sydney for many years, and he was now a chef in Albania, and we had lunch at his restaurant. He came and he swam out to our boat and brought us a bag of fruit as he swam out in the bay, and it was great.
We get so many experiences like this when you're traveling. So, you know, the Mediterranean has so much to offer, so many cultures, some unbelievable people, incredibly beautiful things, places to anchor your boat, to moor stern, to it never ends.
Yeah,
it gives so much.
It does.
Dinner.
It is dinner. Oh wow! We sailed the boat up to Croatia. From there, really was deciding about where we were going to winterize, and we settled on Porto Montenegro, where we left her for the winter. There was an incredible live-aboard community in Porto Montenegro,
we spent about 2 weeks with the community there. Lovely people, many of whom we've ended up friends with and bump into and say, hey, we're going to this port, that port, and you catch up. There's a community that it's really hard to explain. It's quite thick, and I don't think we'll ever lose some of these friends that you've achieved all these things together, and we're all living our dream.
Yeah.
Today we had new friends, Linda and Mike. Now they are leaving to themselves. Have a good trip. Bye. See you next year in Marmaris.
That was the end of season 1.
Yep.
Yeah, and we loved it. We asked Halcyon Yachts and Peter Vandenberg again to assist because we wanted to start in a specific location. They sailed the boat for us up to Venice, where we joined the boat in April. From there, we sailed her to Trieste and then down into Croatia, which is now part of Schengen, through past Montenegro, past Albania, and into Greece, where we currently are. One of Mike's childhood memories is going to the Corinth Canal with his dad.
Okay, so my mum and dad, 47 years ago, drove us from London across Europe into Yugoslavia, a communist country. No Google Maps, no nothing, paper maps. They went to the embassies, they got all our visas and so on. And we drove down through Yugoslavia, crossed over into Greece, made our way down to Athens, and we crossed over a bridge of the Corinth Canal. And I remember it being such a moving experience. The gorge was just incredibly deep as a young boy. Anyway, so I am so proud, Dad, that you took us there in a car and I've taken Linda in a boat.
Going through the Corinth Canal. How does it feel, Mikey?
Great sense of achievement. It's an amazing thing. It is a beautiful thing. It's an incredible structure that, you know, people started from 1890s to complete, and what they did was amazing. We are just crossing the Saronic Gulf. We're about an hour from Athens now.
What are our favorite things?
Yeah, on the boat. You're my favourite thing.
Yeah.
For me, I've got a few favourite things. The water maker is just something we hadn't experienced before in our old boat. Not having to, you know, manage how much water we got on board and stop at places to fill up. It's fantastic. I think we're quite surprised at how much we use it.
It is fantastic because it means that you've got a lot more freedom and flexibility to go where you want, and you don't have to worry about having to go to a town quay, having to go to a port. You're making your own water, and you're sustainable. Speaking of which, not so
Not
sustainable.
quite as sustainable, but we love our generator.
We do.
We use it a fair bit. We'll often top up the batteries with it. We do have solar. In hindsight, we probably didn't get enough.
Yeah.
So to have that as a backup is fantastic. And just, on those odd occasions when you might be an anchor and want to run the air conditioning or whatever, it is fantastic to have.
Yeah, we just survived the heat wave in Greece where it was, 39 degrees. I think it got up to 42 at one point. And it was a little bit of heaven to be able to run that air conditioner, and we were eternally grateful we had the generator.
Yep.
Mike's other favorite thing.
The Code Zero.
Why do you love it so much?
I just love the lightish winds. You get a sail up, you can use it on its own. We seem to get some pretty good angles out of it. We've set something up where a GoPro downstairs to see underneath it. It's definitely my favourite sail.
And my favorite thing about our Lagoon 46 is the fly bridge. So we're sitting up here right now, the space beside me and behind me. When we have guests on board, which is a very rare moment that we don't have any guests on board so far this year.
Quite nice, actually.
We love entertaining. We love having our friends and family on board because they can sit up here with us when we are sailing the boat.
Yeah,
And
it becomes a very communal centre of the boat.
yeah. As we're preparing for yet another beautiful sunset on the beautiful island of Samos in Greece.
What do we enjoy about sailing in the Mediterranean? Well, there are so many things. We'll probably address a few. We love the food. Part of the excitement is traveling through different countries, different cultures, exploring the food and the ingredients and how they do it all so much better. Linda's got a culinary background, so it's of great interest to her. I love to cook, and it's just a passion. I'm sure we're not on our own in that, but it's not just the food that we came to the Mediterranean. It's the scenery, different cultures, the history. It's all at your fingertips when you're on a boat. Part B of this question was our favourite place for food. So we'll list them. France, Spain, Portugal, Greece. Anything else I've forgotten?
Not necessarily in that order. And Italy. You forgot Italy.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so we loved Italy, Greece, France, Spain, Portugal. Where else have we been? Croatia, Montenegro.
Well, we've not been let down by the food that we've come across along the way, and it is quite different from country to country. But they all have a little commonality. The Greeks have got some pasta or some noodles in their dishes.
I was just saying, if you're traveling with kids, there's spaghetti bolognese in every country.
And pizza.
And
everywhere.
pizza. Thanks so much for tuning into us again and watching, and we hope it's helpful and the information that we've provided helps you in making some of the decisions on exploring whether or not you want to join us in the Med on a Lagoon 46. There is a little bit more information. TMG have asked us just to give some tips and tricks on sailing in the Med, how we manage the Schengen shuffle, and a few other bits of information. But right now we're gonna be busy enjoying what is meant to be an absolutely stunning sunset behind us.
And wine o'clock.
Of course. And we've been stuck ducking and weaving the Meltemi, so we're about to head off and do some more sailing, and we'll get back to you when we get to winterize, and we'll explain all about winterizing as well.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers.